Hello students, how are you? So, today we are going to extend yesterday's lecture, and in yesterday's lecture we have covered what is Google file system. Then we have covered design considerations of GFS, community hardware, and its design consideration in terms of community hardware, large files, file operations. Then we have seen what is chunks, then replicas. We have seen that Google has find out or invented a new GFS master. We have learned something about the GFS in last lecture. We have find the answer of these questions. Then we already started with the new topic, that is what is Hadoop, and we have seen some basic introduction of the Hadoop with its architecture also. So I want to again remind you, all of you, once what is the full form of Hadoop. That high availability distributed object oriented platform is the full form of Hadoop. Then we have seen some basic examples of Hadoop. These are the examples, some of example that we have seen. Again, we have seen some features of Hadoop also, and their explanation of each and every feature also we have seen. And then we have also learned about some master slave architecture. Even I remind you that what is master slave architecture, and we have seen the three very basic important component of Hadoop architecture are MapReduce, Yarn, and HDFS. Okay, so you can see here we have learned already this diagram, Hadoop architecture. With these three basic components, we have seen that what is HDFS mean. We have seen the basic part like name node, data node, job tracker, task tracker, map reduce layer, name node, and data node. Okay, so let's begin with the today's topic, that is advantages of Hadoop. Okay, as you can see on the slide, Hadoop is fast, scalable, cost effective, and resilient to failure. Fast in the sense of HDFS, the data distributed over the cluster and are mapped, which help in faster retrieval. Scalable means Hadoop cluster can be executed by just adding a nodes in the cluster. Cost effective, as it is a open source, but obvious it is a effective. Resilient to failure is that HDFS has a property with which it can replicate data over the network, so that if in case any server has been goes down, your data is not lost in any manner. You can read and write the data anytime over the network. So uh, being with these all four advantages of Hadoop, more advantages are there of Hadoop, like varied data sources, performance is very best, fault tolerant, availability, low network traffic, high throughput, easy to use, like open source. So these may be the many advantages of Hadoop. So other than this, there are some disadvantages of Hadoop also. Disadvantages in the sense of security, some small disadvantages regarding security, issue with some small file, vulnerable by nature, or processing overhead. Sometime the processing, if we are processing the data in very large amount, so it will be get overheaded. Support of only batch processing or iterative processing, this may be the some disadvantages of Hadoop. So this is the history of Hadoop. You can see into the diagram, that diagram is illustrating Hadoop history. Basically, Hadoop was started by Duff Cutting and Mike Caffarella in 2002. Okay, its origin was the Google file system paper published by the Google. When GFS is into the picture, Hadoop has made some more invention on that GFS and prepared his own HDFS. Okay, so you can see in 2000 into the diagram, you can see with me in 2000, Dove Cutting and Mike Cafrela started to work on the project. Okay, then while working on this project, that is Apache project, they were dealing with the big data. To store that data, they have to spend lot of cost, with which become consequences of that project. So what happened in 2003, Google introduces GFS. So it is a proprietary distributed file system, as we previously seen. Then in 2004, Google released white paper on MapReduce. Okay, 2004. So this technique simplifies the data processing on large clusters. You can see in 2005, Dove Cutting and Mike Cafrela introduces a new file system called as NDFS, Nudge Distributed File System. Okay, Nudge Distributed File System. This file system also include MapReduce. What happened in 2006? Dove Cutting quit the Google and joined Yahoo. Okay, whatever this scientist is working into the Google, he left the company and joined Yahoo. On the basis of the Nudge project, Dove Cutting introduces new project of Hadoop with file system known as HDFS. Okay, so Hadoop first version 0.01 release in this 2006. So what happened in 2007? Yahoo runs two clusters of 1000 machines. Okay. In 2008, Hadoop became the fastest system to sort 1 terabyte of data on 900 node cluster within 209 seconds. Okay. And then what happened in 2013? 2.2 version was released, and in 2017, 3.0 version was released. This is the small history for all of you. I hope you understood. Okay, so this is again somewhat about the HDFS. Java is the native language of HDFS. Hence, one can deploy the data node or name node on the machine having Java installed. In this typical deployment, there is one dedicated machine running name node, and all other nodes in the cluster run data node. Okay. The data node contains metadata like location of blocks on the data nodes and arbitrates resources among various competing data nodes. You can see here, this is the basic architecture of the HDFS. You can see here one master node is there, another are the slave nodes. Each slave node is containing with the data node, name node, and then map, and then reduce function. First, everything we are mapping and then reducing it. So this you can see with every slave node. Okay, but the resource manager is one only with the master node. As I previously told you that HDFS is the core component of Hadoop, that is HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. Okay, one thing I want to clear you that while learning this HDFS, do you know what is distributed file system? When the data set exceed the storage capacity of the single machine, then it becomes mandatory to partition the data set across the several separate machine. अगर आपका एक मशीन फुल हो जाता है तो आपके पास ज़रूरत पड़ती है दूसरे मशीन की, तो आप एक डेटा दो मशीन में रखते हो. The file system that manages data across a network of machines is called as distributed file system. This distributed file system allows us to store the data across multiple machines or nodes in a cluster and allows multiple users to access the data also. Hadoop concept come with the DFS concept, that is DFS, distributed file system concept. That's why we have appended H before the DFS, that is HDFS. as Hadoop distributed file system. In HDFS, data is stored in multiple locations. Okay, so if any of the machine fails from different locations, then the data can be fetched from other machine containing the copy of the data. Okay, so your copy may leave there though your main server gets down. Thus, it is highly fault tolerant and ensures no data loss even in case of hardware failure. Okay, HDFS is a major component of what? Hadoop, along with the MapReduce and Yarn. Okay, it follows that HDFS is follows write once, read many philosophy. Okay, write once, read many philosophy that simplifies data coherency and enables high throughput access. Okay, now let's discuss something about why we think that there is a need of HDFS. So why HDFS? Because HDFS store data across the commodity hardware. HDFS follows the most efficient data processing pattern. HDFS can store data of any size generated from any source in the formats. Okay, and its write one read many model relaxes concurrency control requirement. Again, HDFS works on the data locality assumptions. Okay, so these are the very main and good reason because of that we like HDFS with Hadoop. Uh, uh, Now next, blocks in HDFS. Uh, Block is nothing but the smallest unit of storage on the computer system. It is smallest contiguous storage allocated to a file, not continuous, contiguous. इसका मीनिंग मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था. Contiguous means एक के बाद एक continuously without any gap. Okay, in Hadoop we have default block size of 128 MB or 256 MB. This is the default size. Okay, HDFS splits the file into the block size of chunks called data blocks. यहाँ पे आपको डायग्राम में कितने ब्लॉक्स दिख रहे हैं? A ब्लॉक दिख रहा है, B ब्लॉक दिख रहा है, C ब्लॉक दिख रहा है, D ब्लॉक दिख रहा है. ओके, 1 2 3 4 एंड 5 ये सारे आपको ब्लॉक्स यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं. Next is replication management that comes with HDFS. To provide the fault tolerance of HDFS uses a replication technique in that it makes copies of blocks and store in on different data nodes. Replication factor decides how many copies of the block get stored. It is by default 3, but we can configure it at any value. If you want to store 4 replicas of every document, you can store 4 replicas. You want to store only 2 copies of every document, then it will be possible. Okay, so for block replication, client or user can give any of the number. You can see in this blue block. Wait a minute. In this blue block you can see this query which is showing block replication. So these are the details that we have to provide inside the query for giving the count of block replication. Okay, here you can see the block replication count for 1 and 3 is 2. You can see for 1 and 3 is 2, this line 1 and 3 is 2, whereas for the file 245 file the replication count is 3. Okay, so likewise you can check out for block replication also. So this is what all the description that I just explained you. To maintain this replication factor, Name node collects block report from every data node, whereas a block is under replicated or over a replicated name node adds or deletes the replica accordingly. Do you know with the HDFS file system, you have to learn under this point HDFS architecture, HDFS master, HDFS slave, what is name node, HDFS name node, HDFS data node. You have to do or cover this all point during your study. And even rack awareness is one of the very important topic that comes with the HDFS. Hadoop stores the data across the cluster on commodity hardware. Do you all know this well? Okay, to provide the fault tolerance, replicas of the blocks are created and stored on different data nodes. You can see into the diagram, you can see three racks are there. Okay, and which replica is kept on which server, and on how many server this file has been replicated. So this all we can say management is done by this rack awareness. Name node places the replica of blocks on multiple data node by following the rack awareness algorithm to ensure no data loss even if the data node or whole rack goes down. पूरी रैक अगर डाउन हो जाती है तो भी आपका डेटा लॉस यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. द नेम नोड प्लेसेस फर्स्ट रेप्लिका ऑन द नियरेस्ट डेटा नोड. It's stored second replica on different data node on same rack, and third replica on the different node on the different rack. So you can see here three racks are there. The main purpose of rack aware replica management policy is to improve fault tolerance, data reliability and availability. Rack contains many data node machines. There are several such racks in the production. जहाँ पे भी तुम डेटा स्टोर कर रहे हो तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारी racks होंगी. HDFS follows rack awareness algorithm to place replicas, as I just know you. It will keep the other two blocks on different rack and does not store more than two blocks in the same rack if possible. Okay, so there this is what about the HDFS, and these are the goals of HDFS: fault detection and recovery, huge data sets, hardware and data. And so let's something read about these goals. Fault detection, you know, as word indicates the meaning, fault detection and recovery is one of the very, therefore HDFS should have mechanism for quick and automatic fault detection recovery. यानी कि quick होता है यहाँ पे अगर detect करना है आपको तो. HDFS should have hundreds of nodes per cluster to manage the applications having huge data sets. Okay, hardware and data means a requested task can be done efficiently when the consumption takes place near data, especially where huge data sets are evolved. It reduces the network traffic and increases the throughput. So these are the features of HDFS. During the your study you can find out there are many features of HDFS like distributed storage, scalability, replication, high reliability, fault tolerance, high availability. These are the some features of HDFS. So here also I have provided some features for all of you. It is suitable for distributed storage. Again, second one is to provide command interface to interact with HDFS. Third one is to built-in server of name node and data node. Fourth one is streaming access to the file system data. Last one is HDFS provide permissions and authentication. Okay, so for today's lecture this will be the fine, and the next topic of our unit 3 is common commands we have to learn from Hadoop. Okay, so that will we are going to start in next lecture. So thank you for listening today's lecture. Bye bye, take care everyone, stay home, stay safe.